Hi, Rob. We're looking forward to a trip to Northampton. I assume the squad's in quite a buoyant mood after Tuesday night.
Yeah, they are. A few battered and bruised bodies, but I think that's probably why we got the 3 points. People put their bodies on the line and sacrificed a lot for the team. So we obviously was in today, just making sure we're looking after the bodies, getting a little bit of prep ready for Saturday. So obviously it's always better preparing for a game when you've had 3 points. And the message to the boys was understand why we got those 3 points and make sure we carry that on into Saturday. I think the lads are an absolute credit to themselves in terms of the way they battled, the way they fought, and how ruthless they were when they got the opportunities to score.
Yeah, and what was it that pleased you most about Tuesday night's win?
I think it's just the character of the team, to be honest with you, and
Yeah.
the intensity that we played with, and the fact that probably what Lincoln brought, because they're a very, very good team. What Lincoln's strengths were is probably the things that we maybe in previous games were things we struggled with.
Yeah.
So for the character to stand up to it, to be able to negate it, and then obviously then be able to punish them the other way was fantastic. So and to do it against such a strong team is obviously even more rewarding. But it's gone now. There's another game Saturday, like you said. Not get too high, not get too low. But we've got to take the positives and we've got to keep building on them. And obviously, I thought everyone was excellent. There was a few standout performers as well, which I'm hoping with this young squad we start producing more and more leaders within the group. There is some there, but I think there's more to come, and I think that we want to get to that point where everyone on the pitch is leading each other.
Yeah, and talking of leaders, Jay Williams, I thought particularly second half he was outstanding on Tuesday night. How impressed have you been with him, and what does he bring to the side on and off the pitch?
I thought Jay was exceptional. I think his leadership skills, in terms of this example he sets and the intensity he does things with, since I've been in, have been fantastic. He's someone that is an intense character, but he's intense because he wants to get better every day, and he wants everyone. What he does and what he did on Tuesday was he galvanised everyone around him. He organised and he got people together, and he made people fight for each other. Not that we didn't before, but I think his voice and his presence at the back there for us was, gave us a bit of an edge. And I think he loved the responsibility. He loves the battle. He's a wholehearted character. He enjoyed the battle, but I think where Jay's developed and what we talked about is that that controlled aggression that he's got, and making sure that he's always got that clear head, because he didn't just battle and fight. He also made some brilliant decisions in terms of organising, in terms of on the ball. And I think that's real leadership, and that's why obviously at the moment he's obviously the captain and or one of the captains, but it's important that we all step forward like Jay's performance, and there's others in there as well that were outstanding. And I think that what we want to do as a group is continue that togetherness and hard work, because it's going to be a tough season regardless of where you are in the league. This league is a tough league every week. And I just want to see the characters develop and the people, because we've seen what fantastic footballers they are, and we just want to keep developing everything we can about them.
Yeah. Looking at the goalkeeper situation, obviously you haven't named a reserve keeper in the last couple of matchday squads. What is the situation? Is it concerning? Because obviously while Jojo's fit, it's fine. But is it a concern for you, and are you working on bringing someone in if you can?
It's probably a bit of everything really. Jasper, who's been brilliant since I've come in, he hurt his knee in training, so obviously we only had Jojo, and obviously when Jojo is away, it's a similar situation in that Jasper doesn't meet the requirements of playing the 5 games, so you're able to bring a senior player in. And I did say that to Jasper. I said that it wouldn't be fair on me to put you in an environment that you haven't been prepped for in terms of playing the games to get to that point, because we want Jasper to get in the first team when he's had the opportunity to learn and develop and be able to get an opportunity and stay in there. Obviously Jojo's another one who was exceptional the other night. So the ongoing situation with the goalkeepers is that Eddie's obviously had a serious injury, Ryan's had a serious injury, and Jasper's obviously had a knock at the moment. So look, you'd be surprised by how many teams don't go with a goalkeeper on the bench outside sort of the Premier League Championship because of how the squads work. So same with Northampton on Tuesday. Charlie Barker keeps telling me he's very good in goal. So let's hope it doesn't come to that. But unfortunately, you get 2 serious injuries to 2 goalkeepers. These things unfortunately happen, and hopefully that'll get resolved. Hopefully Eddie's back doing his rehab, so he'll be back with us in a couple of weeks, or a few weeks, shall I say, depending on how it goes. And Jasper was starting to come back into training, so we'll just have to see if and when he's available.
Yeah, and you mentioned Charlie then. I didn't have a question about him, but again, he was outstanding. You don't want him going in goal, do you? Because you don't want to miss him off the playing in defence, because I thought he was superb again on Tuesday night.
Yeah, and Jay talk about character and leaders. Charlie's exactly that. He's someone I've liked for a long time. Obviously, I always keep an eye on lads from Charlton because that was my background, and I know people spoke really highly of him. I think even when he left, I think it was slightly surprising. And I think that what he's shown over the last few games is no matter what situation you're in, Charlie will give you absolutely everything. And he's a talented lad as well. And you know, he had a couple of tough times on Saturday, but he never stops turning up. He never stops doing the right thing. Same as Toby. And I think when you've got that, you know that the lad's quality will come through. And the best thing with Charlie, with his age, he's going to learn. He's going to get better and better. And he's someone that's going to be really important for us. You know, on and off the pitch, he's a real joy to be around, and he sets good standards, and that's exactly what we want. We want the standards to be as high as possible at this club.
Yeah, and you mentioned battered and bruised bodies, and Armando, we saw him go off. It looked a little bit concerning. Is there any update on his?
Yeah, he's got a hamstring injury, so we'll have to assess it and see what comes back. We're probably going to be out for a few weeks.
Right.
Hopefully not too many. Hopefully getting back after the international break. But yeah, you know, again, Armando. I find we're saying that Junior, obviously. He's infectious. He's been a bright spark so far. So it'll be a loss for us, but you know, like real sort of strength in the squad and real belief in the squad. So look, we'll have to adapt to it. We'll get Junes back as quick as we can. But like you say, we've got a lot of good options, a lot of attacking players, a lot of people that maybe haven't had the opportunity. So you know, we'll see what that brings.
Yeah, excellent. And your 3 away games so far have all been relatively close ones, haven't they? Including Northampton on Saturday. Can you just talk us through the process of how that match day works? Do you all travel together, then go to somewhere and have meetings and that, or just one out of interest?
Yeah, it depends on Wickham, for example. You travel on the day because it's so close, but with Northampton being the other side of the M25 and sort of being a good few hours away, you know, the club are good. They will leave from the training ground. We'll train closer to Northampton. We'll go through our normal match day -1, and then we'll be to the hotel, where it's good because the players get to rest, especially after such a tough week. And then we get to do multiple meetings in terms of what we're expecting, and probably gives you more time actually on the away games. So it's time for the lads to decompress, to recover, and get prepped, and it's also a good time to spend with the squad and the players to be able to get the information in. So yeah, I think players tend to enjoy the away games. They get a nice bed, they get a bit of rest and a bit of recovery, and you get to spend some time together, which is good. And especially with us just coming in, you know, we genuinely do enjoy spending time with this group. They're a good bunch of lads, and I think obviously the more time we spend together, the more we get to know each other and personalities and stuff, the more beneficial that'll be.
Yeah, brilliant. Thanks, Alex.
Good. How's the squad feeling after your big win on Tuesday, and how's your preparation been for the game on the weekend?
Yeah, it's good. Obviously, you know, nothing's better than winning in football, and that's why we're in it. And I think it was the manner in which we won was so pleasing. You know, to show that fight and belief in each other to get through the hard times. You know, dealing with the balls in the box, the crosses, and then obviously to score 3 really good goals. Yeah, I think it's given the lads lots of confidence. And then now, obviously, Wednesday they got a well-earned day off to go and recover, and then they're in today for sort of a second day recovery / training session. So we help with the lads who need more training minutes. They'll get the minutes, but the first team lads who played the majority of the minutes will get a little bit of tactical stuff and a meeting, and then they'll get the recovery just to be ready for Saturday, because like you say, this league's relentless. So you know, this is finishing off a tough period for us again. Another 3 games in 7 days. So we just need to do everything we can for the lads to be as ready to go, give everything for these 90 minutes on Saturday. You know, we've got a nice week off in terms of no midweek game to be able to prep, recover and go again.
After your win on Tuesday, are you approaching the game of the weekend any differently, or is it just a normal game?
Yes and no. So no, not approaching it differently, because we have to be consistent and we have to sort of keep working on the things we want to improve and the things that, you know, we're trying to sort of still install in the lads. But yes, because Northampton are different teams to Lincoln, and they have different threats and different things that we need to be aware of. So we'll always adapt to the opposition in terms of the messaging and how we think we can be effective, or how we think that they'll be effective, and how we can negate that. But ultimately, my biggest one of my biggest principles and non-negotiables is that we always concentrate on ourselves. We always back ourselves to be better and to be able to adapt to whatever the opposition throw at us. And we just try and, with the reviews and the training sessions within that, we try and give the lads as much insight into what they might see on Saturday, but knowing that ultimately we want to back ourselves, because if we keep improving, we believe that we'll be absolutely fine and we'll be successful. So we want to get the balance right between worrying about opposition and giving the lads as much information about that, but also continuing the journey and the process and the coaching with the lads so that they keep improving and we can keep getting more results like we did Tuesday.
Of course. Northampton are in and around the relegation zone. Can you read into that at all?
Not really, no, I don't think so, because we're there as well and we feel that we want to get further up the league, and obviously Northampton, we watched the game against Stockport and Leyton Orient, and they were very good, to be honest. They were a good team, really organised, got some really good individuals. Northampton are tricky in the fact that they have good play-out patterns and they can build from the back, but they can also be direct. They've got some good powerful strikers, they've got a lot of pace and energy in the team. And yeah, they've got that bit of experience from last year at this level where they did well. So I think we know it's going to be a tough game. I think the thing that you're probably hearing consistently, and it might sound a bit repetitive, but this is probably the strongest League One's ever been. And I think every game is a tough game. There's no poor teams in this league. Every team's very competitive. Every team's got good individuals. Every team's well organised. So if to get 3 points in this league it has to be earned, and that's what we need to do now. We need to make sure we go into Saturday, give ourselves the best chance to win the game, but also keep developing and keep getting better from Tuesday.
Brilliant.